Ready.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yo. What's up, Facebook?
Shut up. What you have on? What does everybody have on? I got my spelling gear.
Harvard.
Oh, got your brother. What you having? Oh, Zaya has on nothing? Nobody's shirt? Okay.
Distracted once again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord. Now he's...
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Where's he going?
I don't
We
know.
are recording, Deuce.
Anyway, this is so annoying. Zaya, we literally...
Okay. Well, I'm going to get started without him because he thinks that we should be waiting for him. Oh, no.
For a hat?
He's got the Washington
football team 2020.
Okay.
NFC East champs, baby.
You should be ashamed of wearing that. But anyway, today's topic, guys, love and marriage. What do you guys think? Love and marriage. So quick background. So Daddy and I, as you guys know, met when we were 18 years old on Spelman's campus. Monty knows the exact spot where we met because I've pointed it out to her. The day we met, Daddy had on an orange sweatshirt, orange champion sweatshirt and jeans, and I had on my Janet Jackson jacket. And the thing that I realized a couple of years ago was he's the only person who I remember what they had on and what I had on the first time we met, which I thought was kind of an interesting fact. And I don't know why that is. But anyway, fast forward, 1997, we were married. We were relatively young for our generation, 25 years old. We had our first son when we were 26, again, pretty young. So, and now been married for about 23 years. So you guys have been on the journey with us really from day one. I mean, from very early on in our marriage. And I realized we never really talked about marriage, love or marriage. And so I thought this would be an interesting topic to talk about. So I'm curious what you guys have learned about marriage by observing us. And I'm going to start with Monty.
Okay. Well, I think you're right. And like, you guys never really talked about marriage or love like at all. I feel like just my experience. So yeah, a lot of it is like observation. You're right. And I think that I observed the partnership that I think that you and Daddy have had in your marriage, just kind of like being a tag team, because we're like your kids. So we see, oh, Daddy does this, Mommy's does this, and they work together in this way, or like there's a lot of communication and stuff like that. And that's kind of like what I've observed.
Yeah. How about you, Deuce?
Yeah, that partnership aspect is definitely there. There's like never too long where I felt like one of y'all were taking on like
for me, bro. Oh, now you're back.
This is atrocious. The Wi-Fi, man. I was saying there's never too long where I feel like one of y'all was like taking on people are just laughing now. Okay. Am I good?
You're good now. Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'm done.
You're good.
All right, be sure. Okay, partnership. I agree. I can't do this. Am I good?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, and like another one that is, I guess, I don't know why I thought about this first, but was like just the joining of like two families, because like we spend so much time with the Winkfield and so much time with the Sherlins. And we have just like such deep connections with both sides of those families. And I think like that's one like pretty special thing that y'all's marriage has created, is it's like I have amazing aunts, uncles, and cousins and grandmas and all that stuff. That has been great and a huge factor in our lives because of y'all joining together. So I think like the family aspect is huge too.
Yeah, that's interesting. That take on it, because One of the things that someone was asking me the other day, just about the, marriage and kind of the importance of, you know, staying together and how you do that. And they asked about our family lives. And the one thing that I realized is that, I mean, I knew this before, but we both have parents who are still married, which is has guided us, I think, through good times and bad. And we both are relatively close to our other family, so I can hang out with daddy's parents and brothers and sisters without him and have a great time, and same with him, and like hang out with his cousins, and he can hang out with mine, and we always kind of felt like it was one big happy family. And that can be kind of rare, to have that relationship. So it's interesting that you note that, which I think is so. In terms of the role of the man versus the woman, have you guys made some distinctive observations as to what a man should be doing in a marriage versus a woman in a marriage and partnership and raising children?
I don't like. I want to be honest, but I also don't want to be like trying to expose anybody. But I do feel, I do feel that I do feel like I see, like I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but I feel like, mommy, you've always done like just a little, just 51%. Um, 51-49. I don't know like what that's, I don't really know your marriage more, that like I know how you like have raised us, and it might have to do with kind of what we talked about last week, just like having flexibility and being and having more flexibility than daddy and things like that. So, but I don't really know like in regards to the marriage part, like that's kind of stumping me, honestly, because I don't really know anything about that. I just know you guys are together and we always have the best time. So it's like I don't really know like what makes up the marriage, honestly, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay. All right, Deuce, what do you think about that question? That's fair. I think that's fair, because I think you are converting like marriage to
The parenting. And I don't really, yeah, that's what I know.
Looking at our relationship. You're looking at our relationship as it relates to you.
Yeah. So I'm trying to just like step back.
Because that's what you feel and see. But you also can observe, if you take yourself out of the equation, what do you observe about us and what makes it work or not work? Like, what are you going to take on to your relationship?
Yeah. Well, okay. I just thought about something. So I feel like this is one thing that I just thought when you said that. And I feel like I've seen like you and daddy just have like a really good friendship. Like you guys are like, if you have something that like really upset you or like made you mad, like you're gonna call like me or whatever, but you also like you'll talk to daddy and you'll tell him like the whole story, like the rundown. And what I noticed about daddy, which I don't have in my relationship as much as what I see you and daddy, like he will come back with some things. Like he'll say like, oh yeah, why she do that? Da-da-da-da. Like I don't know why they said that at that thing. Like you guys have a really good like friendship. Like you can really go back and forth like if something upsets you or something is whatever. So I feel like that's something that I've noticed about you guys' relationship, is that like you guys talk like friends, like you guys are friends also, which I think is really, really important. Something that I've like noticed.
Deuce?
Yeah, that's funny. When you said that, Monty, it got me thinking of like when mommy and daddy are on the phone and I'll be in the car. And I swear, mommy, you'll call daddy and they'll talk for like 5 minutes or something. And then it'll be like 10 minutes of just silence. And I'll be like, okay, goodbye. Thanks. And y'all are clearly just comfortable with one another enough to just let moments pass and then start talking again, let moments pass, blah, blah, which is nice, which is important. Obviously, y'all have good chemistry. But I'd be like, okay, mommy,
I'm like,
hang
okay,
up the
can we go
phone.
back to our conversation? Like, you got the
Yes,
phone
get some
now.
music in here.
Been playing on the radio or whatever was on your phone.
Literally.
Whatever music was playing. That's what you want to hear. Yeah, no, that's funny. I remember the last time that happened, and you guys was like, okay, you
Yeah.
got get off the phone. And the friendship part is so important because you're gonna have good times, you're gonna have bad times, you're gonna be tired, you're gonna be angry sometimes, and the friendship is the thing that lasts, at the end of the day. And I do consider Daddy my best friend. And I've had best friends growing up and all that stuff, but he's my best friend, and I feel like I can tell him anything, and that he's there to kind of listen. And so obviously you want to make sure you have that before you go into any marriage, that kind of friendship. So tell me a little bit about if there are things that you observe that you don't like or that you wouldn't do or bring over into your own marriage that you've observed. Stumped? What? Monty, you always look like you got something to say.
No, I'm actually really stumped. Like, I always, like, I've just seen so many. I've been like friends with so many people that just don't share the same experience as me as far as their parents. And like, some parents are like, some of the parents are married, but like they're not happy, and like there's X, Y, and Z going on. So I really like, I'm stumped because like I just think like there's nothing I can really think of, if I'm being completely honest. Like, honestly.
How about you, Deuce?
Things that y'all could have done better, or that I would try to bring into my
Or that
marriage?
you have to be cautious about, or some, as you go into your marriage or relationship, or, because you've observed it and you don't like it.
Dang. Monty, we can't just, they were perfect. They were perfect. Is that what we're saying right now? I don't
we were.
I don't want to
know.
gas them.
No,
but I don't
now,
know.
look,
I know,
look,
I don't want to gas them either, because this is going to go on Facebook and everything.
Oh, Lord. Well, we weren't perfect parents. We learned that from the last conversation about the working mom.
Yeah, we didn't eat.
I
We
saw
had no
that.
food.
And I didn't cook dinner, so that was bad. And Monty wanted a better relationship, so I have to work on that with Layla. So let me just end the marriage part with this, and if you think of something, you let me know. Our pastor.
We're almost done the marriage conversation?
No, we have love too, really quickly. So anyway,
Oh.
our pastor told us, and this thing stuck with me clearly for 23 years, in premarital counseling, that you should always love, respect, and adore your mate, your spouse. Love, respect, and adore. And at the time, I really didn't fully get that. But if any one of those things is off, the relationship goes. And so when the love is off, or if you're in a position where you don't respect somebody, and especially if you're not really in a place where you're adoring them, the relationship is off. So anytime I felt like something happened, or I was losing one of those, I had to really question what was going on and deal with that. And so I just kind of want to leave that with you guys in terms of love, respecting, and adoring your mate before you go into a marriage. I don't know if you guys have any feedback on that. And clearly, if you don't have all three of those, you shouldn't be entering into a union that's supposed to last forever, at least till death do you part. Any comments on that?
Yeah, I would say like, yeah, I think that like we always, like Zay, I think I can speak for the four of us, like Layla, Anthony, Zay, and I, like we have always like seen like the love that you guys have had for each other. It's not like it's we can feel it. So like, you know, when you everybody's like hugging when when people come home from work and, you know, kisses, stuff like that. Like we've always like seen that. So that's why it's so hard for us to think, oh, like what was wrong? Like because we felt all three of those things. I feel like um I've always felt like those things. So yeah.
And look,
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Excuse me. I think that's a good a good point, Monty. That yeah, y'all just I don't know. Yeah, the love is just in the home, and like we all feel like Monty says. And then I also like it hasn't been like perfect, but for the most part, like we really don't see you guys like argue very much. Or, like,
Yeah, like
get
if you
into
do
it.
argue, which is fine, like you don't really bring it. Like some people like parents argue and then they ask their kids you guys never would like do that, bring us into things like yes, we've never seen that before.
yeah, it's funny. So as you probably guess, like it hasn't always been perfect. We've been mad at each other at times. We've argued and all that stuff, but we always found a way to work it out, and we never did that stuff around you guys. It was never even a question because it just wasn't. First of all, it just I think it creates an unhealthy household, and so I'm glad that that is, you know, really what came across, quite frankly. And it's been, you know, 99% more good than bad. So I'm not trying to act like in the background we're back there arguing and stuff. But I also want to be clear that it's not always easy and it's not always lovey-dovey either. We've had our challenges for sure. So I want to quickly thank you guys for your honesty there. I want to quickly pivot to love. And I think we've talked about some of this stuff as we talk about marriage, but I recently saw an interview that Oprah did with Cicely Tyson, and she asked her, she was asking a few questions about love, and Cicely said, well, what is love? She really was truly asking, like, what is it? And that's a question I didn't think about before. And I've said I've been in love, I'm in love with somebody, but I never really questioned, what is it? What does it mean? And Oprah said, well, do you think God is love? And then they went through that whole path. But besides God is love, I want you guys to let me know what you think. What is love? I start with.
Okay. I literally like this is so there's this video that was on Will Smith's Instagram, and when I watched it, I screen recorded it. Like I really liked that video. Like I really connected to that video, and it was okay. I'm just gonna try to find it because I want to like articulate it, but like I need to find it first.
Yeah.
But I found this video and I think I favorited it. Like I liked it. And I felt like it just like really I found it.
Okay.
So should I play it out loud? You can listen to the audio.
Oh, we may not hear it, but you may have to just repeat it for us, but play it. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
At its core, I think love is help. Everybody is having a hard time. So love is really devotion to their struggle. It's when you're committed to helping somebody with their life, helping them to suffer less, helping them to manage their minds and their emotions. I think love is a deep desire for our loved ones' growth and their blossoming and their all-around well-being. When you love somebody, you want them to feel good. You want them to be happy, and you want to see them succeed in life. And love really demands an in-depth understanding of their hopes and their dreams and their fears, their needs and trauma. I think love is giving and sharing our gifts for the purpose of nurturing them and empowering them and helping them to create their greatest joys.
So I saw this video in 2018, December. I saved that video. I was like, oh my gosh, like that like really hit me. I was like, wow, like I feel that way. Like, and I think, you can love people in different ways. Like I have love for you and love for Zay and love for, a boyfriend or whatever. But I think like love is like all those things. And I really connected to that video. So I was like, once you said that, I was like, I gotta play this video.
Yeah,
Um,
I hadn't heard that before, but I agree with a lot of that in terms of helping the person that you're with, wanting them to succeed, cheering for them, help, supporting them in any way that you can, wanting more for them in many cases than you want for yourself, and giving unselfishly. Um, but then, you know, hoping, and the hope is that you have someone who loves you too, who's willing to do that for you as well. Zaya?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with everything from that video. I think like outside of like it just being in your heart and you like feeling it, I think like I guess what that video was talking about and what came to my mind is just like a commitment that you're making, and like every day you kind of just start by making decisions of how you're going to treat the person that you are supposed to love, and you're making commitments throughout the day of how I can commit myself to this person, how I can make this person feel good, what I need to do for this person, and you can only do that if you have that love for them. And I think like I know, like if somebody loves me and I love them, then I know the things that get them mad that I do. I know the things that make them happy. I know what I need to do to fix this, to fix that. So if I'm hanging out with Monty and I know, all right, she's been getting on my nerves right now, I know exactly what I can do to get back at her, right? And it goes the other way. If I did something wrong, because we have that love for one another, I know, okay, I know how she'll react to this. I know what she needs right now, blah, blah, blah. With mommy, I know, all right, let me give mommy a hug right now. Let me go check in. But it's, you can ruin relationships by not caring enough, by not being committed enough to making the decisions that you should be making. Some people, that I should be doing this. I don't care enough. I don't love enough. I'm not committed enough to do those things. And I feel like that's when people like lose those relationships. So I think at the end, it really is about commitment and making choices on a daily basis of how you're going to cultivate those relationships and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, that is so powerful too. I mean, it is a commitment, and it's a daily commitment, and it's sometimes a minute by minute, hourly commitment, depending on the circumstances. And it's also, that point is also important in terms of how do you keep love alive? Somebody, we were 18 when we met, we've been together for 30 years. How is it working? Like, how do we keep it alive? It's that daily commitment to say, I love you, to give, a person a hug, to, give them a little gift, to treat them right. Like, it's a daily decision and commitment to do that. And it's work. And if you want to make it work, you have to put the work in, and both sides have to put the work in, right? You also have to realize that no one's perfect, and people make mistakes too, right? And there may be times when you get hurt, and then how do you sort of carry on from there? And so love has to kind of see beyond that too, and realize that people are not perfect. And the first to forgive is usually the happiest in terms of, and people have to learn to forgive each other and express that. And, they say forgive and forget. It's hard to forget. But that comes along with it as well. So both of those.
I was going to add something real quick. We had like a reading in class. It was like a James Baldwin, like a small excerpt from James Baldwin. And he was like talking about like kind of being self-reflective, and how just people aren't like self-reflective enough. And he was saying like, well, like you've never seen your face, like your lover sees your face every day. So while like, you might not know your lover might know you more than you know yourself, because they stare at your face every day while you've never seen your face. So I think that's another part of love as well, is like having a good understanding of your partner and like taking the time out to really, to know them and kind of like I said before, but just know them and take the time to really understand, their flaws, what they're good at, what they love, what they don't love, because you're the one that is looking at them when a lot of people don't even know themselves a lot of the time, so like it's kind of your job to be real with them, let them know what's up for real, and what they need, what they don't need, all that stuff too.
Yeah, but don't be telling somebody they're gaining weight. You may be the only person to see it, but I don't care. Don't be, you gotta know.
Nah, you gotta, yo, let's hit the gym. Let's hit the gym.
Yeah, daddy be hitting
I saw Monty and Steven. Monty and Steven was at the gym.
Yeah, let's go to
Steven got you up.
Yeah, he got me at the gym.
Yeah, no, it's important. We do, I agree with that in terms of there are things I know about daddy that he probably don't even know about himself, right? So I think that observation thing is really key. And the longer you live with somebody and the longer you observe them, the more you, have that sort of obligation to tell them when things are going the wrong way. And so that's really insightful by James Baldwin as well. You guys have any questions for me before we call it on this topic? Monty, you're mute. You're on mute.
I have a question. How did y'all discuss like when we would get in trouble or something, and like how like what our punishment would be, like who's giving a butt whipping this time? How'd y'all do that?
I don't give spankings, so
Mom is
if there was
like
gonna be a spanking,
Daddy
Daddy
turned 9 years old. It was Daddy's turn to spank.
Yeah, I didn't believe in that. I believe in discipline, no doubt, and that people should get in trouble, but I could not spank. Like, I don't know, it was like, I couldn't do it. And I guess part of it is I was never really spanked, but I was an angel, so I didn't have to be spanked. So we're pretty aligned when it came to parenting, and pretty aligned when we thought something was wrong or you guys were out of hand and stuff like that. Every now and then we're a little off, or I think he's taken it too far, or I may not agree, but not regularly. So we were pretty much aligned on that. But I was not a spanker. But if you got a spanking, I wasn't mad at it. I just wasn't gonna do it.
All right, another question. Sorry, Monty. How are y'all different? With Layla and Anthony than when y'all were with us?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So
I
call this the great experiment in parenting, because in many ways we're very different. When you have your first child and then your second child, and one's a boy and one's a girl, it's like you're starting all over again. And you're young, you have tons of energy, you're doing all the new parent stuff, you're like on top of them. And I think we learned a lot from raising you guys that we didn't have to do as much raising the second two. I do think we are both sort of really, also when they were born, pretty heavy into our careers. And so also then had less time, and were already I was already doing that commute to New York and all that other stuff. So honestly, I think they started off a little bit more independent, and also closer, because they had to constantly have each other, and you guys did too, but I do think that it was even more for them. But we didn't have to be as involved, and we learned that really by raising you guys. Now you guys are a better set than them two, trust me. And so we're gonna have to spend more time with them in terms of homework and things that we just didn't have to do with you guys. They don't listen like you guys did. They need a lot more guidance, which is they're
not really eager to please. They're not trying to please anybody. Like me and Zaya, we are really eager to please. Like
you guys are different children.
Yeah, exactly.
So they don't care. They get in trouble or somebody's mad. They don't really care. Well, you guys did so much. So it's a different set altogether. And Daddy and I just have learned that we don't have to do as much, but we kind of do because they need us a little bit more. So it's a weird thing, but
You
we
wasted your energy on us, and now you need your energy for them.
I saved a lot of energy with you guys because you guys were like really, really amazing. You guys listened. Who knows what y'all were doing in the background, but you were, I think that's right, Monty, more eager to please than this last bunch, for sure. Any questions for you, Mon, before we wrap up?
My question is, tell me one thing that you like the best about each of your children that the other children do not, the things that they don't possess.
Oh, very good question.
That question makes sense, but you understand what I'm saying.
No, it makes sense. Yeah. I like that, Monty. I like that you are brutally honest. And really focused on what you need. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I think it's positive. I wish I had that. I wish I can say exactly what I meant and I can focus on my needs, because that's how you get things done in the real world. So I like that. I don't think the other kids have that as much. I like that Isaiah can instantly know when I'm having a bad day and will honor that by not asking me for something or just giving me a hug or whatever.
Yeah, none of
it goes way over your head. You don't care whether somebody had a bad day, whatever. If you need something, you're gonna ask for it. So I like that about Deuce. I like for Anthony, I like that Anthony's a little bit of a free spirit. For now, it's like, this is really surface, but Anthony lets me dress him, which is great. And he's willing to try new things of this fashion. No, Anthony's also very-
try new food.
Huh?
Doesn't try new food.
He's not willing to try new food. You're right. He's bad at that. What else about Anthony? Anthony's always-
I think that's a big one though.
That's big.
I think the one you said was really good.
What, that he's willing to try new fashion?
Yeah, but fashion, his hair, like I feel like he's
out there.
He has he's very confident.
He's very confident. I like that. And he's showy. Like Zaya and Anthony are polar opposites. Anthony's gonna be doing flips in the end zone, where Isaiah, he got a touchdown, give the ref a ball. They're gonna be total opposites, which is gonna be a lot of fun for me. And I like that Layla is, she is very intuitive. I mean, she's very quick to think of what's wrong with a situation and let you know. Like, so if you say something and it just don't match up with what her reality is, she's gonna quickly process that and let you know why that's not right. I like that about her. And I like that she's a little bit of a mystery. Like, I don't know what Layla's really thinking. And I can suss that out with most of you guys, especially Anthony, because he wears it on his sleeve. But you can't really, she's got another kind of different kind of mind. So.
I totally agree. I have no idea what Layla be thinking.
So we gotta watch.
No idea.
I'd be on her TikTok.
I love Layla.
Like,
Is it in Lay?
That's not what she's doing on her TikTok. But this
Do you follow her, Money?
I follow her.
This has been great, guys.
All right, good.
It's getting a little long, so we got to cut it. But this has been awesome. Thank you for sharing your thoughts about love and marriage. And I look forward to next week.
All right.
Thank you.
Ooh, what are these called? What I did for love?
Yes. What I did for love.
Yeah.
What I did for love.
Conversations with my T.
Woo!
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too.